Good evening. Welcome, friends and family, to the Yavapai College Adult Basic Education's 27th Annual HSE and GED graduation. My name is Chris Kawabata. I am the coordinator of the High School Equivalency Program. Yavapai College's Adult Basic Education Program serves students throughout Yavapai County with GED test preparation classes, English as a second language classes, and workforce training. The Arizona High School Equivalency, or HSE diploma, is awarded to students who pass the rigorous GED exam plus the Arizona Civics exam. Our graduates have proven their readiness for college and various jobs and careers. For many students, this diploma is the result of years of grit, determination, and perseverance. Friends and family, please rise and welcome our 2023 and 2024 graduates. You may be seated. Thank you. I will now introduce our program director. He has over 25 years in adult education and 12 years as our program director. Please welcome Craig Lefevre.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, scholars and graduates, welcome again to our graduation ceremony. As Chris said, my name is Craig Lefevre. I'm the program director for Adult Basic Education, and this is my favorite time of the year. Graduation is when it all is worthwhile. And not to extend the moment, but I did want to tell you a story from my past. Return with me, if you would, to the year 1998. And a young Craig Lefevre who did not yet attend college or university. I was looking at going to NAU in Flagstaff, Northern Arizona University, and I was filling out paperwork after paperwork, just so many things to do and people to talk to, and they wanted to know X, Y, and Z. And I was getting frustrated. At the time they asked me about my childhood immunizations, I said, okay, that's it. I'm done. I can't do this anymore. And I was talking to my dad on the phone, and he said to me, let me give you some advice that my father gave to me many years ago. He said, if you want to drive across town, you don't wait until all the stoplights are green, just the one in front of you, and then go on to the next one and the next. And you might have to wait at some times, and sometimes it might be frustrating, but that's how you get across. So, and I looked at that and I said, okay, I will go back and I will keep filling out the paperwork. I will tell them whatever they want to know. And eventually I did indeed go to NAU and graduate from that institution. But I often look back on that and say, and think, what would have happened to me had I just given up at that point? So I would ask you to look at your journey tonight as being an end to one journey, but also the beginning of another. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight the light in front of you is green. Please look at all your options for going on from where you are right now. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Craig. Next, we are privileged to have a member of Yavapai College's executive leadership team, Vice President Dr. Marilu Mercado. Dr. Mercado oversees the Division of Workforce Development and Health Sciences, which includes a multitude of areas: career and technical education, health science and wellness, the Regional Economic Development Center, the Small Business Development Center, and adult basic education. Please welcome Dr. Marilu Mercado.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Chris. And I want to say welcome to the family and friends of our graduates. And when I hear an introduction such as Chris gave, I'm very humbled when I think about my beginnings because of all the things that I've experienced in getting to where I'm at. And many times found myself in the learning center and the career center because I wasn't being very successful in my grades. And I remember my parents telling me, take it one semester at a time and do what's before you, and eventually you'll get to where you need to be. And I learned quickly that oftentimes for me, C equaled degree, and I got there and I was very happy about that. So my dear graduates, I'm so proud of you. As I looked around the room, I knew for a fact that you all had worked very hard to get and earn this incredible accomplishment. Each and every one of you has shown tremendous dedication and resilience on this journey to earning your high school equivalency diploma. The road was undoubtedly challenging, filled with obstacles and moments of self-doubt. But through it all, you persevered. You put in the long hours of studying, the late nights of hard work, and the unwavering determination to succeed. Your hard work has not gone unnoticed. It is a testament to your strength, your character, and your unwavering commitment to improving your education and your ability to succeed in your journey to where you are going. You have proven that with grit and determination, all things are possible. You have shown that you are capable of overcoming any obstacle that stands in your way. In this moment, with your high school diploma goal achieved, remember the countless hours you spent studying, the sacrifices you've made, and the moments of doubt that you pushed through. These experiences have shaped you into the resilient, determined individual you are today. So as you move forward into the next chapter of your lives, remember the hard work that brought you to this moment. Carry that same work ethic, determination, perseverance, and grit with you as you tackle new challenges and chase after your career goals and educational dreams. You are capable of achieving greatness, and I have no doubt that you will continue to do so. Your hard work has truly paid off. Your future is very bright with endless possibilities awaiting you. Embrace it with all that you have and all that you are, and never forget this incredible journey that has brought you to this moment. Congratulations to all of you and to your families. You did it.
Thank you, Dr. Mercado. Up next, to introduce our first student reflection, Please welcome one of our GED instructional specialists, Garrett Hopper. Oh, my bad. I'm one ahead. Rewind. Okay. Our students may be non-traditional, but they can also be exceptional. Some go above and beyond what is asked of them in the classroom. We would like to honor those exceptional students today. Here to induct this year's outstanding students is our longtime ESL coordinator, Ricky Beck.
Hi, good evening. The National Adult Education Society, Honor Society, or NAEHS, is an organization that annually recognizes outstanding adult educational students nationwide. As instructors, this award gives us the opportunity to honor our exemplary ESL and GED students who have demonstrated exceptional commitment to learning, growing, both in the classroom and in their everyday lives. The nominated students have exhibited the following qualities: regular attendance, personal initiative, perseverance, achievement of personal and program growths, educational attainment, cooperation with teachers and fellow students, and intellectual curiosity and enthusiasm for learning. The folders I will be handing out today include a certificate of award, a commemorative honor society pin, a letter of recommendation for employment, and a letter of recommendation for those who are applying for financial aid for college. At this time, will the Honor Society inductees please stand and come to the stage? So I believe there's two of you here today. Nakmal, Lismith, come on up, please. Moon, are you here? There you are, come on up. So this year there were only 5 nominations. Today we have 2 of them with us. So it is my pleasure to present the Honor Society inductees for 2024. So first off, we have Elizabeth America Campos. It's for you. Would you like to say anything? All right, you wanna shake your hand? And next we have Nakamal Hotam, who goes by Moon. This is for you. Thank you. All right, all right. At this point, you may sit down. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your good job.
All right, now I've got it in order. Up next, to introduce our first student reflection, please welcome one of our GED instructional specialists, Garrett Hopper.
Two introductions. All right, I'd like to introduce Octavia Barlow.
Thank you. Special guests, teachers, parents, family, and fellow graduates. It is my pleasure to address you today at this special event, which marks a milestone in our lives. A graduation is a completion of a journey, and it celebrates the ending of an era. But even more than that, a graduation is a beginning. We have the future before us, full of opportunities, choices, and countless dreams and aspirations. Where I go from this day forward depends upon me. This responsibility is both daunting and exciting. But no matter where our paths lead, there is one sure way to success. Success comes from consistency. I attended homeschool through my K through 8 education, and at the age of 19, I opened a licensed daycare in Henderson, Colorado. A high school diploma was not a requirement for the licensure, but I wanted to get my GED anyway. I started attending classes, and I passed my first test. I was excited and determined to earn my diploma. Then my family moved here, and I temporarily lost sight of my goal. A whole year passed, and motivated again to start my business, I became determined to finish my GED studies. Two of my younger siblings and I connected with the GED program here at Yavapai College and started in again. Now that I've come this far, and now that having my GED diploma is a reality, it may look like this process did not take a lot of effort, but I assure you, I studied when I would have rather gone with friends. I attended classes when I would have rather attended other events, and I took practice tests when I would have rather taken a nap. So again, success comes from consistency. As you go forward in this life, remember, repeated good acts make good habits. Good habits make good people, and through consistent good, we can make a good world. My mom had a poem tacked on her wall through undergraduate and graduate school. She had quoted it to her children many times. I'm not sure who wrote it, I even Googled it, but it is about consistency. Success is the sum of small efforts, repeated day in and day out, with never a thought of frustration, with never a moment of doubt. Whatever your cherished ambition, begin now to make it come true. With focus, consistent, unwavering, have faith in the thing that you do. I want to say thank you to the Yavapai College GED instructors and all who make this GED program attainable and worthwhile. You have helped change our lives for better. Thank you, supporting friends and family. And to everyone here, wherever life leads, I wish you well. May you enjoy success, love, happiness, and peace. Thank you.
Our following student reflection comes from one of last year's Honor Society students who is now a GED graduate. Please welcome Martine Padilla.
It is my honor to be part of this celebration. Yavapai College 2024 GED graduation. Congratulations to every one of you, but also your families, your friends. I would like to offer an analogy. Let's pretend we lost the power from this building and there is no light. We will be in completely dark. Some of you might get scared. And pretty soon, some of you may start reaching for your cellular phones. If we need to go out to find our exit from this building. Those who doesn't have a cellular phone will follow somebody else. Why? Because we all need light. We need to see where to walk so we don't fall. Or worse, so you don't step on anybody. Light is like seeing the future. Light prepare us to take better decisions. And my point is, light is knowledge. We all have friends and people around our lives who share the light. In my case, I want to thank Charles Curran, one of my friends, who shared his light in my life. But also, I want to thank Mark. Mark, he was my ESL teacher. He helped me through his teachings, but not only teaching English as a second language, also he was the one who motivated me to do the next step, which is start GED. And I had the fortune to become one of his friends. And then I didn't notice that he had a passion for teaching and helping all of the students. But it was not only him who helped me, of course. Later, I met Donna, which she's a teacher. She helped me too. And Miss Dawn also is my last teacher, who also showed compassion, who also showed what everybody wants to do, finish your purpose, why you decide to study GED. And thanks to her, I am also here. But also all the faculty, all the people who worked in this program. I can mention Chris, who you already know him. And also, I would like to mention the creator of our website, who I noticed through different comments that she had been helping a lot of students. Kate, she created a site called Light and Salt Learning. So congratulations to her, because she has been helping a lot of people. Don't you would like to have light? Yes, we need light. Light in all aspects of our life, because it can help to make better decisions. And I wish for every one of the students to continue pursuing light. And then later, you will have the power to share your light. But we need light also in our spiritual lives. Why? Because life is tough. We all fall. How am I going to continue the road? So I wish you that you are filled with light, and God bless you.
For our last student reflection, please welcome GED graduate Shirley Smith.
Welcome, family and friends and gentlemen and ladies. I have a different story. I grew up with a fourth grade education, facing barriers that seemed insurmountable. But life had other lessons for me. lessons in resilience, patience, and the kind of love that redefines your understanding of strength. Raising an autistic teenager has been one of my greatest challenges and blessings. Every day, my child teaches me the beauty of seeing the world through different eyes. We've faced moments of frustration, triumph, each one a step forward in our unique journey. It's taught me that every accomplishment, no matter how small, is a victory worth celebrating. Then there's my 6-year-old, whose boundless energy and curiosity reminded me that the world is full of wonder and possibility. Guiding both my children has pushed me to learn, adapt, and grow in ways I never imagined. While the journey was far from easy, it was through the process of homeschooling and supporting my children that I found the strength to pursue my own dreams of graduating. They were my motivation on the days that I felt like giving up, my inspiration when I needed a reminder of why I started, and my biggest cheerleaders every step of the way. Standing here today, graduating is a dream come true. It's proof that it's never too late to pursue your goals and that every challenge you face can be transformed into a stepping stone towards success. I am grateful for the support of my family, friends, and educators who believed in me even when I doubted myself. To everyone out there, especially those juggling the responsibilities of family and education, remember, your dreams are valid, your efforts are worth it, and your journey is your own. Keep pushing forward because the best is yet to come.
Our keynote speaker this year is our virtual learning specialist. Please welcome Dan Holliday.
Congratulations, graduates. I have 3 goals to accomplish in my speech today. The first one was given to me by Kate. I asked her what requirements she had for the keynote address, and she said, and I quote, "The only thing I have is that it's not me." Last I checked, I wasn't Kate, so that one's done already. Check. My second goal has to do with my biggest pet peeve of graduations: long, boring speeches. When I graduated with my master's degree several years ago, I ended up sitting through almost all the same speeches twice because I was graduating in the morning ceremony and my wife was graduating in the afternoon. During my wife's ceremony, while listening to the last speaker for the second time, I was sitting close to a lady that was expressing my sentiments. She kept saying, "And the end, and the end." So it is my hope that I do not inspire you, especially since I am also the last speaker, to feel that way about my speech. My third goal is to inspire you instead to feel empowered, because I personally believe that is the main reason we hold graduation ceremonies. Celebrating accomplishments has merit in and of itself, but we haven't invited you here simply to do that. We have also invited you because we have high hopes for you, and you all have high hopes for yourselves, for what you can accomplish in the future. Accordingly, we want you to walk out of here assured and confident that you can turn those hopes into a reality. To do that, let me talk about detours. I'm sure hardly anyone enjoys detours, whether it was forced upon you or you did it yourself by taking a wrong turn. Once a friend of mine was on his way back to Vegas from Cottonwood, and instead of turning on to the 260 to take the I-17 to Flagstaff, he kept going on the 89A. He had turned around already a few times, and so when he saw the sign that he could go to Flagstaff that way, he said, well, why not? And he had no idea how much longer that would take him. And this was before all the roundabouts on 260, so if he had gone to 260, it would have been even faster at that time. So when he got home, he told us that even though he realized he had taken the wrong turn and it added time to his trip, he was very appreciative that he had went that way, commenting on how beautiful it was, having never been in Red Rock Country before. He had in his mind turned his detour into a scenic route. In life, we have lots of detours. Times we are put on a path we did not intend to go down, or did not realize how far from our goals and dreams the new path would take us. And when we finally get back on track, so to speak, and reach those goals and realize those dreams, we may be tempted to feel frustrated that it took us so long to get there. We, unlike my friend, may not realize that we merely took the scenic route, that we saw beauty we would not have otherwise seen, gained valuable wisdom and experience we would not otherwise have gained. All of you graduates, some more than others, were detoured on your educational journey. Something kept you from completing school, at least in a traditional fashion. Some of you may have only been delayed a little while others were delayed years or decades. Those delays certainly can be frustrating. They can stir within you feelings of regret. I know that many of you, if not all, have already begun to appreciate the path you took to get to this point in your lives. But let me help you appreciate that path even more by sharing 2 detours in my life that I had to turn into scenic routes. The first wasn't so long of a detour, but it still made an impression on me. I, like all of you, ended up getting my high school equivalency diploma. In middle school, I suffered a lot from high anxiety and was a regular victim of bullying. As a result, my parents decided to pull me from school and teach me at home. My dad's idea of homeschooling originally was to put a textbook and notebook in front of me and tell me to read, and then every few paragraphs write and answer a question about what I read. Over time, my curriculum improved. I was even enrolled in a correspondence school in the 10th grade, but I was still mostly just interacting with textbooks. At some point, I fell behind, way behind on my work, and needed to withdraw from the correspondence school. I decided I was just going to study and take the GED tests. So my dad picked up 2, again, textbooks for preparing for the tests. I studied those for a year, took the tests, passed, and then started college here at Yavapai. I was actually a year early, so my detour paid off time-wise. But when I came here, I began to feel out of place, that I didn't belong, that there were holes in my education that I didn't know or couldn't do because I didn't go to high school. It would be decades before I would learn the word for this, imposter syndrome. I certainly felt like an imposter. I couldn't see my detour as the scenic route. But then in my second year, I took a college algebra class. And there were a few of my classmates who couldn't understand the textbook, but I could. And I realized that I could because of all those blasted textbooks my dad had me read. Not only could I understand the book, but I could explain it to others. My path towards becoming a teacher had begun. I soon saw the value, the beauty of the detour I took. I had turned it into a scenic route. The second detour I wish to share was a bit longer of one. After I graduated with my bachelor's degree from NAU, I had difficulty finding an employment that would pay a living wage for me and my family. I ended up returning to the company I had been with through college, and I stayed with them for 10 more years, continuously looking for not only something that paid better, but that I could be happy doing. I would tell people that I was not willing to settle, that I would rather stay in that poor paying job where I was unhappy than be in a higher paying job where I would also be unhappy, because I feared that I would then talk myself out of my dreams. Eventually, I couldn't take it anymore and went back to college and started working towards my master's degree. As I did, I taught an adult basic education class. And it was awful. I hated it. I had zero classroom management skills and ended up scaring off my most dedicated students, and most of the ones who remained took advantage of my inexperience to turn the class into their social club. The thought of quitting indeed had crossed my mind. But in the 10 years plus I had endured to get that far, I had learned patience and persistence. Consequently, I pushed on, and things did get better. I became happy at what I was doing. I found that my 10-year detour not only taught me to not give up, but how to relate to others, to help others who also felt like giving up. I had turned this detour, like the one before, into a scenic route. I invite you now to consider your own life detours, especially the ones that led you to graduate at this time. What did you learn from them? What did you gain that you would not have had if you had a smooth road? All of you, no doubt, learned patience and persistence like me, but perhaps some of you learned to read textbooks. Perhaps some of you, many of you, I bet, also learned compassion and empathy. You learned self-discipline. You learned organization skills. And there may be other things you learned, wisdom you gained that you cannot realize right now. But later on you will, and you will be able to more fully look at your detour as a scenic route. I am reminded of the final lines from Robert Frost's The Road Not Taken, one of my favorite poems. A poem for those who second guess decisions that they make in life. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. My hope is that you don't tell your story with a regretful sigh, unsure of what difference the detoured path that you got here has truly made in your life, but that you are certain and that you know you are better off for it. Further, I invite you, when you experience other detours in life, that you don't wait for the detour to be over to turn it into a scenic route, but to do it in the moment. Look for the beauty of your path, for what you are learning or gaining that you wouldn't otherwise be. Now, let's review my speaking goals. Goal number 1, I already checked off. I'm not Kate. Goal number 2, did anyone say to themselves, "and the end"? No? Check. Goal number 3, are you empowered? Do you feel like you can accomplish anything? Check. Congratulations again.
Thanks, Dan. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. The presentation of the GED graduates by Garrett Hopper.
The first row, please stand. Christy Haya. Haley Fusco. Shirley Smith. Martine Padilla. Octavia Barlow. Lisbeth Campos.
Another round of applause for our National Honor Society honoree Nakamo Botam.
All right, first row, please be seated. And if we could turn our attention to the screen. Misty Joy, congratulations. The second row, please stand. Katie Marie Tyus. Kathleen Lynn Knudsen. Bethany Bomboy. Nova Bray. Cherish Marie Phillips. Heather Ortega. Marcus Junior Santiago. Xavier Randolph. All right. Second row can be seated. Third row, please stand. Jalen Story. Mhm. Carmen Darinka Nava Hernandez. Ileana Romero. Sydney Halliday. Selena Gamez. Nija Monea Hubbard. Teresa Winquest. Shalee Rose. And the third row may be seated. Now I will hand the mic off to Chris for the final announcements.
Well, what about one more round of applause for all the graduates? All right. Okay, so graduates, it's that time. Go ahead and rise. Everybody, tassels on the right. We're gonna make that transition over to the left. Welcome to the class of 2024. Friends and family, go ahead and be seated.